All right, welcome everyone. Let's crank right through this. I have my week 1 drawing sheet up here on Revit, and of course we can see it's an absolute disaster. So one of the nice things though is notice that none of the dimensions that I put in on week 2 show up, so I don't have to clean that stuff up. It's just the geometry and some geometry or some view cropping here. And of course, my 3D view is all messed up as well. So let's look at this. I'm going to activate this view with a double click, ask Revit to crop the view and show me the crop region. And now I'm going to click anywhere in my view, select my border, and come over here and drag this over. So I'm going to, notice I'm just zooming in like crazy, and I'm just going to bring this cut or crop border just as close as I can, showing the exterior of my building. And there's a little bit of error in there, but I'm just going to accept that. And the next thing I want to do, just because I'm OCD, is I'm going to drag this down so I don't have overlapping views. Not so important, but I'm going to do it anyway. And notice my crop view is on the left isn't cropping out these dimensions. So there's another option where I can say, yes, not only do I want to crop my geometry, I want to crop dimensions. So Annotation Crop, and I'll turn it on. It creates another complete dashed line border, and I'm going to drag this one inside of all my dimensions, and the dimensions disappear. Okay, so that looks like we're cropped and okay there. And just as a heads up, well, let me look at the PDF. Yeah, I left those in. Yeah, that's week 2 though, but in the file, yeah, I left those reference planes on, so I guess I'll do that. And I guess I'll go back and uncrop and leave those dimensions in as well. So yeah, kind of my bad. So click this border. There's my annotation border. I gotta be careful. I guess I'm gonna drag these grips out a little bit. Notice it all says 2D. So there's my grids, my dimensions, and so I'm not sure why these dimensions moved, but I'll move them kind of back off my building. Get my spacing to be consistent between dimensions. And I guess these grids, I kind of want to bring them down a little bit. I'll bring the 2D grids down. Remember, it only affects this view. So I'm pretty happy with that result. And while I'm here, I am going to select this wall, right-click, and say, select all instances that are visible in view. So every wall that is of that 6-inch 2-hour type highlights, and now I can right click and say hide all these elements in view. Done. I'll repeat that process for the elevator walls, select all instances visible in view, right click, hide in view, done. And my particular building looks pretty good right now, but I haven't put in any doors or windows, and doors and windows are going to cut into this building. So we'll probably save that for another time. So I'm going to come back here and turn off the visibility of my crop, but I'll leave the crop on. And that view is starting to look a little bit more like it should in week 1. So double click out, double click into my 3D view. Same thing. I'm going to ask to show the crop and show it to me. And I'm going to adjust my crop region so things sort of still fit on the page. And then I'm going to select these 2 walls and hide them. And repeat this, select all in view, and hide them. And they're gone. Right, so this kind of modification can go really quickly. We just need to know what do we want to see and what don't we want to see. And the value, the takeaway from this is that I can make any view look like I want it to, regardless of what model items are in that view. So now I want to turn the crop region so that it's not visible anymore. It's still active, just not visible. That's looking like week 1. And I'll activate my elevation, crop and visible, border and drag. And I'll bring this crop region in just close and call that acceptable. Turn the visibility of the crop region off. Things are looking about complete, and I'm going to update my project browser. So how am I going to do that? Yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember it from last week. So I'm going to use the Windows Snip, and in your Windows search bar, you can just type Snip. You're going to bring up the tool. There's actually 2 of them. Yours may not look exactly like this, but I'm going to say I want a new snip. I'm going to snip my project browser, and I'm going to save this. I'm going to navigate to my Session 2 folder and save this as, let's see, how about project browser week 2. Minimize that, activate this view. So once it's activated, I can select the picture. I'm just going to delete it. And so now I'm going to head back to Insert. I'm in my active view and insert an image. Here's week 2, project browser week 2. Open, click it into place. And by the way, I have these grips. I can make it larger if I would like. It'd be great for the teacher to be able to read that. Double click out to deactivate my view. Kind of move it up a little bit so it's not overlapping with anything. And this week 1 sheet looks very much like week 1. If I navigate to my 3D model space, we can clearly see that what's in the model is the complete building. I've never hidden these walls, never hidden the elevator wall, elevator shaft. I have only impacted what's visible in this particular window. And so that it's a really powerful tool inside of Revit. So hopefully this has all been helpful. This wraps up what we're going to be covering this week. I will get these videos posted and hope they are helpful, and we'll look forward to more of this in the future.